Officer Tinsley was laid to rest after 2 days of ceremonies, today being the funeral.
We have team coverage tonight. We start with News Channel 15's Chris Darby, who was at the funeral for Officer Tinsley. Chris.
Emmanuel Lutheran Church was filled with family, friends, fellow police officers, and community leaders today. The first stop in the funeral. Police Chief Steve Reed and David Tinsley's pastors honored the fallen officer.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
A man that stood for something. A man that was looked up to. A man that did his job and did it well.
He gave of himself to those in need, and he sacrificed of his own time and often his own sleep to cover a shift or lend a hand.
I was blind, but now I see.
So it is not only us that mourn here today, but our entire community as well.
In blue has lost his life in service of.
Words like honor and duty and courage and service and loyalty and faith. Well, I want you to know that in the last week we have seen these words come to life, and we have learned the true meaning of these words in the actions of all who have wrapped this family with love and care.
I don't know why he had to die.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God.
We must remember him too.
Well done, good and faithful servant. In Jesus' name, amen.
The traditional Lutheran funeral service was especially poignant as Officer Tinsley originally came to Fort Wayne to study at Concordia Seminary. In studio, Chris Darby, News Channel 15.
After Officer Tinsley's funeral, hundreds of police cars and other vehicles made up the procession to remember the fallen officer.
Officer David Tinsley, thank you for your 16 years of service with the Fort Wayne Police Department. May you rest in peace knowing your strength lives on in your wife, your legacy will be carried on through your children, and that your honor will continue on with all of us.
The procession stretched for 8 miles through Fort Wayne. Along the route, the hearse carrying his body stopped in front of the Allen County Courthouse, where his squad car has become a memorial. Police dispatch also read Tinsley's final call, followed by a moment of silence. After the procession, Officer Tinsley was taken to his burial site.
With hundreds in attendance, he was laid to rest at Lindenwood Cemetery. News Channel 15's Angelica Robinson was there, and she joins us live with more on that ceremony. Angelica?
The ceremony here at Lindenwood Cemetery wrapped up around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Hundreds of people were in attendance, including law enforcement officers from across the state. The service for fallen officer David Tinsley was full of tradition, from the riderless horse symbolizing a fallen comrade to the 21-gun salute and the bagpipers playing Amazing Grace. It was an emotional final farewell to a man who dedicated 16 years of his life to protecting and serving the Fort Wayne community. The American flag was presented by Chief Steve Reed to Tinsley's wife, who sat front row surrounded by their children and other family members. Every officer wore a white carnation with a red dot pinned upside down, the flower to symbolize a good life, the red dot to symbolize bloodshed. Each officer placed that carnation on the casket before being dismissed from the ceremony. Now, that ceremony was held in this lot right behind us to accommodate the hundreds of people who came to say goodbye. There was a private ceremony at the burial site for Officer Tinsley, and it was just for family only here at Lindenwood Cemetery. For now, reporting live at Lindenwood Cemetery, Angelica Robinson, News Channel 15.
Angelica, thank you. The Salvation Army is also helping out about the family of Officer Tinsley. As part of their Rogue Weekend, 100% of the proceeds will go toward Tinsley's family. The Star Wars-themed event will take place this Friday and Saturday. It includes various Star Wars-themed interactive activities. Tickets are $20. We have more about the life of Officer David Tinsley, including his viewing from over the weekend and his final call as an officer, on our website, wayne.com.